Hello, this video is going to focus on how to do door schedules and door details. You are looking at or watching a video lecture on this module. And when we look at the blueprint of a building, you will see that doors are often marked or tagged with numbers. And these numbers are actually door tags. Okay. So in a big building, there could be, 50, 70, 90, 100 doors, and it's best to create a door schedule because some of the doors are the same, and so you would not have to detail each one. You just have to detail those that are the same. Okay. Now there are many types of doors. There are flush doors, which is the most plain type, and then you have your panel doors, okay, and you would see this on residential doors as well. Um, and then you would have doors that have a little bit of light on them, or half the door is made of glass, and those are the light through doors. And then you also have the make of the door. It could be out of wood, or it could be out of steel, or it could be an aluminum with glass door. Okay. And then after the doors, we also have jams. Okay. By the way, door jams or door frames. Let's put that here. Door frames. They also come in different types and profiles. So here, it's basically you have a single rabbit. Single rabbit means that you have one stop. Okay. So the door swings this way and stops here. So this is the stop. This is the most common one. You have a double rabbit. Double rabbit, it's like you have like a little thing that sticks out on here, and that's the stop. Okay. You have a double egress profile. Then you basically have an open casing, which means that there's actually no door swing. This is just like a trim all around it. And some of these frames or wood jams comes in wood or metal. And now there's like PVC. Okay. Uh, if you look at a door, we know that there's a door jamb. Okay. But you would refer to parts of this door as basically this is the head of the door, okay, and where the lock hits the jamb is called the strike jamb, and where the hinge is called the hinge jamb. But basically, this whole thing is a jamb or a frame. The lock would be called the lock set, which is part of the door hardware. And on a lot of offices, you will see a metal piece on the bottom. This is called a strike plate or a kick plate. And then if you are transitioning from an outside to an inside door, you would see this thing called the threshold. Okay. So on a commercial door, you might also see a closer. A closer would automatically close the door once you leave it open. Then you would also see what we call a panic device or an exit device for any door that is meant to go out in case of fire. Okay. So yeah, so these are like mostly found in commercial doors. And when we talk about doors, there's always door hardware and door accessories. So your door closer is a door hardware. Okay. You would also sometimes see an automatic door operator that's set to either open the door or close the door by itself. Okay. um, and then you'd have your lock set, you would have your hinge, okay, you would have your automatic controls here. So if you look at the metal piece in the bottom, those are just accessories. That's just to make sure that the door, which is typically kicked and on at the bottom of the door, will endure the rough uh, shoe marks and everything like that. Okay. So, in order to define and put together what type of lock set, if there's a door closer, how many hinges, what type of hinge, what we're going to do, and also on this module, is we're going to create a door schedule. And door schedule is basically a table. It's like a spreadsheet. And on this table, you're going to have your door numbers, and on it, we're going to have all the definitions of the hardware, or I mean the specifications for hardware and accessories. the size of the door and everything like that. And then you're going to have these diagrams on the door sheet and also your um, drawings of jams on frames. Also included in this door sheet would be your door details, including the jam and the threshold and the head of the door and everything like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I will give you a folder where you can sort of get your files from because this is not a unique portion. So when you open this door, you will see drawing files here, and you will also see some PDFs on it. Okay, so the PDF you should be able to like this one sample door schedule. When you double click on that one, that's what I just showed you. Okay, so you already know how to convert this to a DWG file, and you already know how to use some of these drawings. So you can go ahead and do that. But here's the actual door schedule, door and frame schedule. I don't know if I can zoom some more, but here's your door number. Okay, this particular drawing has letter D designation on it. Here's the door size. Okay, and then what door type. So type A, if we go down here, this is type A. It's a flush door. Okay, it's a flush door. There's no fancy panel, whatever. And then if you go and look at door number D015A, that's a type B. And a type B is a flush door with a light through. Okay, and that's the size of the light through. Okay, and then you also have a type C, and type C is here. The measurement of the door is 30 by 7 feet tall, and you have basically two light throughs on this door, top and bottom. So you have on this particular project, there's only three types of doors, and that's what it's showing you over here. So that's how to basically do this door schedule. Okay, the material would say that the door is made of wood, WD, and sometimes you would see a um, door schedule abbreviation here. So you would see WD here, and it's a solid core hardwood. So you have to do this portion over here. And the finish, if it's natural stained finish, okay, or PTD, and PTD is painted. Again, you would have your abbreviations over here. So you see here PTD painted, and then your NAT, is it here? No, it's basically not here, but not NAT is natural. Okay. So that's basically what you're going to do. If there's any glass, then you would have to designate what kind of glass. Okay, GL-4, pretty much standard. And then you talk about the frame. So the frame, you basically have like your door type. You also have a frame type, and the frame type are down here. Okay, so here's your standard. Here's the door. The door goes into a frame, and here's what the frame is. Okay, that's the size. It's 2 inches wide when you look at it, and then basically it's whatever the door schedule says how wide the door would be. Okay, another type, number two, has these four divided side lights on it. Okay, so these are all glazing and it's equally divided. It's 2 inches thick. So that's a door type. I mean a frame type number two, and you're gonna see that type here. What's that? Type two. Here you go. Type two. It's a 3 by 7. It's made out of wood, and it's basically a door B. So door B is this one. So it's just one single, but it has also four light throughs on it. Okay. And then the material is HM is hollow metal. Okay. AL is aluminum. Okay. And then what's the finish? When it's metal, it's usually painted. Okay. Aluminum, it's not really painted. It already comes pre-finished. Okay. So did they say that PFN? Oh yeah, pre-finished PFN. Okay. So that's basically it because it's aluminum finishes are powder coated or anodized or something like that. Okay. And then if there's any glass again, you're going to put that there. GL, GL4, GL2. So your glazing type. GL4 1/4 tempered, GL2 is 1 inch tempered. Okay, so that's very thick. It's only 1/4 inch tempered. This is a 1 inch tempered tinted glass low E. So this is mostly for outside doors. Okay, this one's inside. Inside, there's really no argon gas in between it. Okay, so yeah, so if you have a door that is exterior with a glass on it, you may want to specify also a 1 inch tempered glass. It doesn't mean that the glass itself is 1 inch. It could be a low E, means that it's 2 panes of glass with argon on it. Okay, because it's insulating, and then it's also tinted at the same time. Insulating means that they pump in some gas in between two glass sheet and seal the sides, so that helps the insulation. Okay, so but that's basically it. And then you will also have your details. So if you have this details of the head, you're gonna see the detail sheet, which is the sheet, and the details number three. Okay, so the AD 1.1, that is the sheet, AD point one, and then number three should be over here, one, two, three. Okay, so that's the hollow metal frame jam at CMU. So that's what this one is saying. That's the head. Here's the jam. If there's any seal, that's the threshold, the seal, then you will see a detail number on it also. Okay. So and then you have a threshold. You have your UL label if it came to being tested, you would see the UL label here, and then basically you also have your hardware set. Okay, hardware set. This one says 2302. I don't think this is in the sheet. Let me verify that one. I didn't see the hardware set, but I have another drawing that has an R has a has the hardware set. Here, I'm also giving you a copy of this file. Sorry. So here's your door schedule. Same thing. You have here your door number. Okay, and that's on plan. Here's the width of the door, the height of the door, the thickness of the door, and what type of the door is it. So here, instead of letters, this one is using numbers. So here's your hollow metal. Here's a wood with a light through, okay, or vision panel. And here's another door where it has the stiles and rails made out of wood, but then you have a whole panel, vision panel here, okay. And so that's what this type is saying over here. Oop. Yeah, that's what it says. So same deal. It'll tell you with what material, wood, hollow metal, and then you had your frame, and the frame is over here. So you got your basic frame. You had your frame with um, side lights, okay. And sometimes you have this one here. You have this. Basically, it's an aluminum storefront, and the door goes in here. So there's like it's part door and part window aluminum storefront. Okay, and then you would also have your details here, call out, and that would refer to this number three here, one, two, and then three is over here. Yeah. So again, I'm gonna give you that sheet on this folder over here. Oh, let me just back here. So here's that sheet. I think it's this one. Door A6 door sked and detail. So that's this one, A6 door sked and detail. So that one you can directly copy that from. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, these are all extra. Okay. And then here's your door. Here's your hardware group. Okay. So hardware group number one, the hinge. You have three Hager AB700. Okay. And then if you have a Panic hardware, then that's this hardware over here, Panic hardware. And we talked about the Panic hardware, right? We talked about the Panic Hardware here, which is this one. It's a push bar. Okay, so that's what this one is referring to. All right, and then you have your door stop. There's a Trimco door stop, and then you have your closer. Your closer is the one on top here. Okay, so that's what this drawing is showing you. And so you're calling this out, and basically you're saying um, hardware group number one means it's a pair of doors. That means there's two leaves on it. Okay, they're both 3-0, and the height is 7. And basically, you're saying that this door, door number one, it's using hardware group number one. So down here, door number one is using 3 Hager or Hager. I'm not really sure really. And then you got a lock or a panic hardware, a stop, a closer. You got a seal, door seal, and then it also has a flush bolt. Okay, so that's a locking mechanism. And if you have an astragal, um, it's extrusion, basically an aluminum uh, that sticks out. Oh, astragal and the images. Okay, in architecture is basically when you have a pair of double leaves, you would have a stop that goes in between these leaves, and that's called an astragal. This orange piece over here. Okay, that orange piece. That's an astragal. It only is applied to whenever you have a double door. It could be wood or metal, but there's this piece, like a T-shaped piece, that prevents um, air from penetrating, and it's basically a stop. So that's what this one is saying. Okay, and if you have any accessories like this one here, okay, you would see that there's a kick down and a kick plate. Okay, so that's this one. You cannot copy this. You have to type this in and create your own. Okay, so these you can, and these are found in this folder that I'm giving you. Here's that one. Okay, aluminum jam. These are details. You got your schedule sheet. This is a PDF. You should double click that. Oh, this one is another style of door schedule. If you only have a few doors in a project or a house, and you can use this. Okay, much simpler. The door and the frame are already combined. It tells you all the measurement. It tells you some details on it. It's not as fancy as a door schedule. So I'm just showing this to you as part of that one. Uh, but you on your project, oops, you do have to create door schedule for our assignment. Okay. So let's start. I'm going to just show you first how to do the door callouts on the floor plan, and then you are going to create your own schedule for this project. Okay. Okay, so let's now put door tags on our doors for a project. Let's open up our AutoCAD file where we have our ground floor. And let's start with this one. We're going to call this door number one. Okay. And let's copy a text here. Just copy this. And let's just put it close to that door. And what height should I go with? And this one is 1/8. And let's talk about text heights. Just a quick discussion on text height. So if I copy this up here, we have our drawing title sometimes is uh, set to a height of a quarter, so 1/4. Okay, and then you have your 1/8, and in between a 1/4 and 1/8, because we know that 1/8 is half of a 1/4, but in between is I believe 3/16. 3/16. Yeah. So in between a 1/4 and a 1/8 is a 3/16. And then we know that half of 1/8 is a 1/16, right? So if I change this and put in 1/16, and that's going to be small, right? And between a 1/8 and a 1/16 is going to be a text height of, I believe, 3 30 seconds. 3 30 seconds. There you go. So those are like your standard text heights, and you can see the smaller you get, and without changing the pen assignments, then you would have too thick of a pen assignment for smaller numbers. Okay, so make sure that you select that and change that to its appropriate height. Okay, change that to its appropriate height. Okay, so this might be just still too thick. Maybe that would be better. Okay, so yeah, you don't want your big text to be a pen one. It's just too thin. That's what's happening on some of you guys, is that it's too thin. So make sure that you change it according to its height. Okay. So for doors, we can use a 3 30 seconds or a 1/8. Okay. Normally 1/8 is good enough, but sometimes when there's too a lot of things, that you can switch to a smaller one. So let's do a smaller scale. So like this one. Okay. Let's call this a door 0 0 1. And it doesn't need to be 0 0 1. It can be 1, especially if you have like less than 20 doors. There's no point in putting 0 0 1. But let's just use it for this project. Okay. I'm going to move this to where the door is. Let me remove my ortho. And then I will put in a door tag bubble on it, and you can see here that the doors are typically an oblong. Okay, so we're going to do that by drawing a circle, and let's change this insertion first to a middle center over here. There you go. So we can do a circle at the middle center, which is the insertion, at the same height, which is 3 30 seconds for the radius. There you go. And then what you could do is you can split this in half. So we're going to do a break from here to the quadrant. And we're going to do another break from here to the quadrant again. And we're going to erase this. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do a line here. And we're going to just use 3 30 seconds again. Oh, sorry. Wasn't straight. Okay. And we're going to copy that to here. And then we're going to mirror this using the midpoint of this one. Go. And then just put this on center. So that could be our door schedule, 0 0 1. Okay. Um, yeah. So if that's too small, then we can go back to 1/8 because it's 1/16. Oh, not 1/16, but it's really 3 30 seconds, I believe. So we can scale it up to 2, and that's again back to 1/8. If that this one is might be too big, so we're gonna scale down that one to half, and then move that like that, and then let me just test this out for a 0 0 0, so I know how much to stretch my my door tag. Now for some firms, you would have your standard door tag as a block. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, and then let's just call this 001. There you go. And we are going to just put everything in layer pin 1. Okay, well, let's do it correctly. Let's do a layer. We're going to create a new layer, and we're going to call it a door tag. And we're going to assign it color red. There you go. And select everything, and then change that to a door tag up here. A door tag. There you go. And that's going to be our door tag, and that's the door number 1. And you're basically going to go either go in one direction. And if that's 001, I can assign this as my 002. Okay, and you can see here, like these are actually small enough to fit in between the doors, but it doesn't really have to. We can just put it there and call this 002. Okay, and then you go now here and put that over here and call that 003. Okay, and then call this 004. We don't want it to overlap there, but so we're just gonna put it here. Okay, and then you have here your 005. Okay, so this one will be 003 and 004 and 005. And then on your second floor, you're gonna have your 06 here, 07, and I think that's it. Then you have your last one here for a balcony, 009. So you only have 9 doors actually, but we're going to do a door schedule next. Okay, so once you have that, then the next thing is you're going to create a new sheet. So we'll just copy this one again. So we're going to right click here and we're going to move our copy. And we're going to create a copy and move it before layout 2. Okay, I don't know why it always does that, but anyway. And then we're going to rename this A6. Okay, so A6 now, I'm going to name this A6. And this is going to be our door schedule and also door details. And I think that's going to be on this sheet only. And like what we always do, we're going to just move this outside the drawing area and turn our viewport. Let's move it here. And this one too here. Okay, so on our A1, we put in our door numbers. On yours, you're gonna finish this too. Your plan will be different from mine, or might be different than mine, and so you're gonna have probably less doors or more doors. Okay. Anyway, we are now going to go to our new A sheet, and we are going to put here our door schedule. So as I told you, I provided a drawing file for you. A6 door details. Okay, so when we open that in AutoCAD, we will have that A6 door details. Okay, and that's this one. Okay, so this one is an extra copy. If I click on that one, it'll tell me that this is called X scheduled door over here. Okay, so that's also on this drawing over here, X scheduled door. So I'm going to double click on that one. AutoCAD will open it or download it. Okay, and let's open it because I already downloaded it into my file here. Open, and where did I put that again? I have it on my door schedule details, yeah, and X scheduled door. So there you have it. Let's close this. No. Put it aside here. Okay, so here's this drawing. You can see this is a table, okay, that we created. So we're going to just copy that. Right click copy, copy selection, or clipboard copy. I mean, go back to my A6 sheet, and then I can just paste it here. Oh, model space. I can do that here. Uh, yeah, I can paste it anywhere. I'll paste that just on top here, or we'll just put that here. Okay. And on my door schedule sheet, if I click on this one, I'd see that this one has a scale of 0.02083. So that's not really a good scale, but let's go back here um, and open up our A6 sheet and copy our viewport here. Double click, unlock, and then zoom out so I can see my my drawing sheet over here. So that's this one. And then don't click outside and enlarge that, and let's see whether that's going to be scaled down already. And so that scale is actually, double click, 10283, but we have to change it to 1/8. It's too small, so we'll change it to a quarter. There you go, quarter. Okay, and then simply change that. Don't want to go exactly, just want to make it smaller just by a tad bit. There you go. Okay. So we know that we have 001, and so we're gonna lock this first. So double click, and then we're gonna lock the 1/4 scale so it doesn't mess up. And then I'm gonna double click, and, oh, not there, but double click here and call this 001. Okay, and that basically is a pair of 3/0 doors. So now if you go back again here to our A1, that's our main door. Okay, and each leaf is going to be 3/0 for ADA access. Okay, because this one, if this is closed, the the person in handicapped wheelchair doesn't need to open up the double doors just to enter. He can just open, or she can just open one of the doors, and that should be the case. Okay, that's for ADA. So going back to our A6 sheet, we're gonna accept that pair of 3/0. Okay. Um, and then what's the door type? So now we have to talk about the door type. Okay, so the door type, we go back here, to our A6 schedule, and these are the door types over here. And that again is another extra file, uh, and that extra file is part of the door schedule. So X door schedule. So if I open my door X door schedule, it's actually here. Okay, X door schedule is actually here. So we're going to copy this part also. And we can copy this whole thing, but we're not going to use this. So I'm just going to copy this part here, Control C, and then go back to my door schedule and go into model space and then Control V and put that here. Okay, and that's my double door, but this double door is an aluminum, so we're going to offset that. Um, we can do a 6-inch frame. You can do also a 4-inch. It depends on what you want, and it's actually it's per manufacturer. Okay. Now the bottom is usually 12 inches on aluminum. There would be 10 or 8 inches, but I think it's 10 inches down. Okay, and then we're going to put a panic hardware, and there's no knob on that door. It's basically um, it's a push pull, and there's a panic hardware. So we're going to do a rectangle, and then simply whoop, simply present that way. Okay, and if it's a pair of width, well, it is a pair width. Okay, so we're going to just simply mirror. There's no, I think, instance where this one is single width, so we're going to just mirror. All right, and that's door number one. And we're going to go back to our A6 and move that into place wherever you want to put that. Typically, put that on the upper right. Okay, and we're going to copy the that portion. Copy here, double click, unlock, and then pull up. Okay, now this one is set to a quarter, and you can leave it at a quarter. That's fine. Um, so let's just leave it at a quarter. Okay, and you got door number one here. Okay, and then what's the frame for door number one? So it's important to open up now our elevation and look at our elevation, just to show you that in our elevation we put in a double door like this, and then that's supposed to be a panic door here, there, not that hardware. There's a closer, and then there's a transom window, so a window above. Okay, so we have to now create the frame for this one, and the frame for that one will be the same thing as what we have here for our X scheduled door. Okay, we're going to have this frame, so we're going to copy again, select, and then go here, go to the model space, oh, cut there, go to the model space here, and then below it, we simply put in the frame, and then let's just, oh, this is, we've changed this, this is aluminum, Alu, aluminum glass. Okay, and this one, the frame is uh, aluminum, and the frame is actually wide, right? It's double, so we're going to do a CP and do a point to point here, and erase this. This is a line, this dots, and I'm just going to put that to that one. Do a line, match property, the frame, color, and then we can stretch this. Okay, but remember that on our door there is a transom. So we're gonna move this down a little bit, and then we're gonna center this door with. Actually, we can just put it one word. Okay, and then we have a transom. And what is the root of this transom? So click distance From here to here is about 1 foot 6, 18 inches. So over here, we go back here, and I'm gonna offset 18 inches, and then copy the frame width, and then simply bring this point up here, bring this point up here. There you go. Same thing as we're gonna do it here. Bring that up, and then do a fillet, and then do a trim. This one is actually the same color as the inside, and then do a trim. And then do a dimension here to here, offset from here, and then we'll do a match property. Pick this and this one, and we'll move that 2 inches. Oh, just move this 2 inches first, and move this back. Okay, and then move this 2 inches somewhere. Why are you not moving? Oh, there you go. What? I have the setting here differently. Anyway, let's just put an arc like this, 2 inches. Okay. This one is also 2 inches. Linear property here. I'll put that here. Oh, here. Match property with this one. And I know I'm gonna have it. I don't want to change the setting right now. Text is always inside a line on. You turn that to off and see whether that's going to. Oh, does that. So let's just put an arc again. Rather than fiddle and change that. There you go, 2 inches. It's better to put. Okay, anyway, and that's aluminum, and that's type A. And we're just gonna align this one with this one here. There you go. Okay, so this is the door, this is the frame. Going back to our A6 sheet, we're going to copy this again, bring it down, go click, unlock. Oh, this one, is it locked or this is supposed to be a quarter? There you go, a quarter, and then lock it. Let's move it first, quarter, lock it. And then with this one also, set it to a quarter, and then align that and then lock it. And let's see if they're aligned. Let's just do a move. We're gonna move the viewport. We're gonna move the viewport, select from an endpoint here, and do a perpendicular to this one here. There you go. Now they're aligned. Okay. And this one is actually, I want the bottom one. And we're gonna move that viewport up here. We're gonna change this viewport and bring it closer here. Closer here. Oop. and then do a regional. So everything is dark and black. And there you go. So here is my door number one. Okay, 001. This is the type number one. So I'm going to double click this and change that to one. Okay, and then the frame is now type one or type A. I believe it's A, right? Type A. So here's type A. Double click and change that to A. Okay, so the material is aluminum, AL, and we're going to put that abbreviation like I showed you on this sheet over here, right? This PDF door schedule sheet. Oh, not that one. Where's the other one? Sample door schedule here. Here's your abbreviation. This corner over here. Show it to you again, and we'll navigate here in Chrome. There you go. Right. So AL is aluminum. ALGL is aluminum with glass. So we can put ALGL. If you're going to use this ALGL, then let's might as well just put there. The material for the frame is AL, but the material for the door is ALGL. ALGL. There you go. Okay. And what is the width? It's not curved. Okay. So the width of the frame is basically the inside width. That's the inside the door width. Okay, and the door width is 230, so it's actually 6. So here, and change this and just put in 6. Oh, okay, which is two 3 O's, a paired 3 O's, so 6 O. That's what we put there. And then when we put our detail, we're gonna put the jam here. Okay, so now you have to put some titles here. We can we can copy this one here, and we don't need this is not a detail. And what size is this? I think this is a quarter. Oh no, it's a half. So let's just use a quarter, right? And there you go. And we put somewhere here, and move that somewhere here. Let's lower that, and we need to lower this too. Okay. If you want to just see what it looks like without the viewport, you just turn off the viewport, and that's what it's going to look like. And we're going to do a line. We have 9 doors, or I have 9 doors, but I only have how many types? This is my one type. I probably end up with 2 types, okay, or 3 types. So this is my door type, okay, and then I copy this and bring this down here and change this to a frame type. Okay, so I gave you a sample on your uh, A1 sheet. You have 9 doors, but this is not the same as this. So this is only a single. This is a double. So on your A6 sheet, then you must create one door type. I gave you this one, and you can copy from here. Okay, this is your width, and it's not a pair, so you can remove this. You can just put width here. It will have a knob. If this is an office down here, oh, this model. If this is an office A1 sheet, okay, then you wanna probably put a door with a side light on it. Okay, anything that's occupied, like an office, you probably want to put a vision light or a light through. Okay, and what does that look again? That looks like is this kind of door type. Okay, yeah, this kind of door type. We have a light through or a light kit or a vision light. Okay, so do that on like this office. You don't want to put it on the door on the toilet or restroom. Okay, if this is like a storage room or yeah, you can put a light through here. This is going to be a metal door. Okay, so just like what we have here in A6, we have here this HM is a hollow metal. Okay, this one's HM hollow metal. So for exterior doors, those are metals. Most of the jams are metal. We don't have any wood, so you can see here it's hollow metal, and then there's an aluminum wood. Even on the inside of your floor plan, most of these jams or frames are going to be metal, not wood. This door, because it's exterior, will have to be made out of metal. The interior door will have to be made out of wood. So do this and basically finish up your A6 different types of doors, different type of frames. And then you will also have to put in your, now this one you have to create, you can't copy this. You will have to create this hardware group one, and then you can put in hinge. This is the hinge and this is the panic. So just create this as you see best fit there. You will put that down here, hardware group type, and then you will assign that on this one, 1 2 3 3 3. So that's what you're going to put here below. Okay, and where would you find that information? You find the information in the A6 door schedule details. That's this one. This is a picture that was inserted, so you can't copy this, and you need to create your own table, and we've created tables before. Okay, and then this one, these are schedules, the details. This one is called a door 001. So what we can do is we can go back here, and we're going to put the details on the left side. Okay, put the details on the left side. So we're going to do an xref, and we're going to attach the file. Uh, you can do extra for insert, and I put that file on my door schedule details in 001. There you go. And then I'll simply specify it on screen. Okay, and just put it somewhere first. And then this one is 3 inch is equal to 1. Okay, so if we look at our standard here, you see this one is inserted with a 1/4 inch scale. Okay, so here, go back here, and we're simply going to change this and change the scale here to 0.25. This one is also 0.25, and this is 0.25. Okay, and then just position that wherever that should be positioned. The layer of this one, let's open that file. Oh, not that one. 001. Just to show you. You may need to edit this one. This one is a viewport, and that's supposed to be turned off. Okay, after inserting. So when you go back here, make sure that your layer viewport before you print would be turned off or frozen. Vidor 001 layer viewport here. Turn that off and you don't see it. Okay. Now, this one, you need to probably change this because it doesn't fit our door types. Okay. So what you could do is you can uh, modify this. Okay. And put it on the same layer, match property as your viewport. You're not erasing it, but you're just putting it on a layer that's going to be turned off. And then save that. And then go back here and on your A sheet here, you can say, hey, you changed your door one. So you click that and then click OK, and now it's gone. Okay, and then you can put in your detail bubble and put in 001 here, and that's the head. And here, this is the head here. That's the head. Okay, so you're going to put here, double click. If that's detail number 1 or detail number 3, then you're going to put here 3 slash, and this is sheet A dash 6. Okay, there you go. So that means that you're referring to this one's going to be your detail number 3. Okay, and you can call your detail sheet here and copy that and go here. Let's turn off first. Let's turn temporarily on my the viewport just to know where to put it. Okay, I'm going to put it somewhere here. Let's just put it there, and then I'll move it. There you go. And I'm going to call that 3. And then that's the head jam detail. All right. Oh, I forgot to put in the scale and copy the scale here. We're just going to put that here. And that scale is 3 inches to a foot. So we're going to put in 3 inch equals a foot. And then that. That's too thick for me, so I'll change that to pin 3. This one also too thick for me, pin 3. Okay, and turn off again that layer called viewport. And there you go. So that's basically how to do it. Okay, so you have the sheet that I gave you. You got the detail here. Here's the sample schedule. Here's sample of your uh, frames and door types. You can directly copy it. Okay, copy this one. What you can't copy is the hardware group. Okay, so you have to create your table and create a hardware group, and then call it out. Call it out here. Hardware group 1. You must have it down here. All right. So that will be your independent work for our module 14-3, door schedule, and that will be part of what you're going to submit for this week's module. All right. So complete your A6 door schedule.